What do I think Kenya is? I think it's a really good question. The average age in our organization is quite young.
Yeah.
And I think we're a young country. We're a dynamic country. I think Kenya is at an interesting inflection point where we are now ready to compete on a global playing field in some areas,
Yeah.
not in all. But I think Kenyan consumers are, and the Kenyan population is probably no different to most places in the world, where we have a lot of young, educated people with access to information. Right, information
Yeah.
has now become easily
Yeah.
available, and where people aspire to things and a life and a quality of life that perhaps was inaccessible. For example, when I was growing up, because
Yeah.
you just didn't know those things were happening out there. I think Kenya is growing despite the challenges around us, whether that's political, domestically, or in the region. I think we're growing despite the economic constraints that are happening.
Yeah.
I think people work really hard. I think you walk down the street, no matter how hard it is, people are smiling,
Yeah.
people are happy.
Yeah.
I think we're very grateful for the lives that we have. There are challenges out there, don't get me wrong, but I think we are generally we're an optimistic population.
That's true.
We are there's two parts, right? I think depending on where people are economically, some people are thinking very short term, but some people are thinking long term. I mean,
Yeah.
you look at, as you've been here for a week, you look at the skyscrapers. You could be in any major city in the world, and I dare say Nairobi can compete with any major city in the world. In some cases, does things better. I spent a lot of time in Europe the past year as we
Yeah.
opened a cafe there. Our levels of hospitality, the quality of some of the produce that we're getting here locally,
Yeah.
that tradition has always been exported, now available here. I think people are demanding more. People want more. Kenya is a regional hub. Kenya is in my mind the de facto capital of Africa. I
Yeah.
think there's exciting things happening. What is Kenya not? What I think this old narrative, and one of the reasons that we wanted to go to London, I'll connect it back to that, is this: we don't need people's aid anymore. I think that boat sailed in the 80s. What we want is for people to trade with us
Yeah.
as a country on equal footing,
Equal playing field.
equal playing field.
Yeah.
We want to compete. We can compete, and we want to compete in the global marketplace, in the regional marketplace, and we can.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of incredible businesses that have been started here that have gone to the world. A lot of things that are starting that are going across the continent, whether that's in education, whether that's in electric mobility. We'd like to do it in hospitality and in coffee. And for a long time, industries like coffee, like tea, have been, you grow here, send it out. A lot of that value addition happens outside. And that's important. Don't get me wrong. You can't export all the coffee we grow roasted, because a lot of the market is to roast it externally.
Yeah.
But for us, I think that there's a world where what we're not is, and I don't think people associate this with Kenya, but I think what we're not is, we don't need any favors. We don't need a sad story. What we want is just opportunities that
Yeah.
that create a level playing field, which I
Yeah.
think are happening increasingly so.